Hello, it's Collector Sleuth, and today I have another collection set from the Bradford Exchange. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas Candelabra collection, and I have received so far 6 pieces from this collection. If there's more than that, then I've just not received them. So I'm going to show all 6 of those to you today. So the first issue is Jack here. And it seems like every single one of these candelabras has 3. There's not one with 4 or one with 2. They all seem to have 3. And we got 0 on the base here. I think this looks pretty decent. I think Jack's face is a little weird, but it is a nice resin. And then on the bottom, there is a cover that goes on here. I removed it to save time, but and then it just takes 3 AAA batteries. I'll go ahead and light this up. And it kind of flickers. I would definitely test these as you receive them. So there is Jack. The Sally one I think is really cool. The Jack one's kind of expected, kind of plain. The Sally one here, we have her with the skeleton tree. And I think this is really cool. I think the skeleton tree looks pretty good. You don't see him very often. And then here's Sally sitting at the base of it with a cat. And then you got your hanging skeletons on the tree that kind of dangle there. This one's fixed, and I think that one is too. And this is the one that I think the only one that hangs loose. And then let's go ahead and turn this one on. So it kind of does the same kind of thing, flickers. The flickering might be different per candelabra. It'd be interesting if it is. I think these are really nice, actually. Some of their collections are kind of hit or miss on quality, but these look to be pretty good. Oh, they retail for around $90 a piece, so they're not super cheap. Here is Lock, Shock, and Barrel. This one's kind of unique in that they got them kind of going down at an angle, and they gave them red candles. I think the Jack had like a grayish black, and then Sally's were a cream color. These are red, so I kind of like that they are changing up the candle colors. This one, I think his head looks a little bit too big. Shock looks pretty good. And then for whatever reason, it looks like Lock. I think it must be like the sculpting work, but it looks like his head's on backwards. Like this is like his back. And then his head's turned like all the way around, but it's not. I mean, here's his feet pointing forward, but for whatever reason, this looks like his back. I don't know. Just something about it looks like he's got his head on backwards. And then there's his little tail back there. I like how her hat's kind of pushed up against the candle there. It's kind of neat. And then this one's got the snake on it. And in their bathtub. Okay, so this one took AA batteries. The other 2 took AAA, so you got to just pay attention to that. Some of them do take different types of batteries. This one looks a little brighter too in the light. I like this one. This one's really neat. For whatever reason, it looks like his head's on backwards. I don't know. It just looks that way to me. I'm going to turn that off. This one, the switch is on the bottom. Some of them, the switch is on the sides, which is nice because it's easier to get to it. But just depends on how they made it. Here is Oogie Boogie. I think his is pretty cool as well. I love the bats. I think that they did these bats from his lair there. And then this is also from his lair. And then they did purple candles. I think the purple looks really neat. And you got bright green Oogie. Okay, so this one took the AAAs, and this one has the switch on the back. It's weird because this looks brighter than these 2, but these 2 are on. But the one on the end does look brighter than the other 2. Pretty cute. That was issue number 4. Issue number 5 is the mayor, and they gave him some kind of a brown colored candles. Now, when I first ordered this, it didn't work. One of the candles didn't work, and it probably was just loose wire, but I didn't want to have to take it apart. That's too much work. So I did call them, and they sent me a new one, and I did not notice this until getting these out for this video. But right there looks like a factory flaw. They always do this. It seems like if you return something or they send you a replacement of any kind, the replacement's always worse. Of course, this one actually works, so I can't decide. No, I think maybe this blemish is better than a non-working candelabra. But this looks bad. I can't believe I didn't notice that until just recently. It doesn't even look touched up very, very well. I don't know if it's supposed to be beveled like this or if this was... because I don't have the other one, the non-working one. They let me keep it, and I gave it to my sister, so I'll have to go check it out and see. But if it's beveled like this side is not. So my assumption is it should look like this. Was chipped in some way. They smoothed it out, and then they touched it up with this paint that doesn't even match. I could have done a better job patching it myself. So this, as much as we pay for stuff from Bradford, it really annoys me because they sit there and they claim that they're all about quality and all this stuff, and then they give you crap like that, and it's irritating. And it's a pain in the butt returning stuff. I hate returning things. But I would say for the money, you should get what you pay for. And sometimes I feel kind of petty, complaining about little things like this. But when you pay $90, almost $100 for a figurine, you expect to get a $100 figurine. And this is like Walgreens crap right there. So that makes me mad. So, I'm not mad, but just disappointed. But I'm afraid if I return it, it'll just give me something even worse. It seems like that's the way it is, because I've returned several things that either arrived broken or whatever, and then the replacement is always somehow worse in some way. Whether it looks dirty or dusty or the craftsmanship's no good or whatever, it's always worse. And so I think I'm just going to keep it and just say forget it and just... I mean, it didn't look awful from a distance, but still, it's something that for a company that sits there and brags on their quality, they should really give you a quality item, and they didn't. Okay, so let's turn that on. But they are good. They are good to replace things. They do. When you call them and say, hey, or if you fill out their little form, I don't know if they do those anymore, and send something back, takes forever to get a replacement, but they at least do it. They do replace things. They do. And they don't question it. They just do it. So they're not horrible to work with, but you still have to go through a kind of return process, and that's, any return process is pretty annoying, so it's not really worth it. And then they'll send you something worse, and then you can always say, hey, this isn't going to cut it, and they'll send you another one. They will. But, I mean, how many times do you want to play that game? So it just depends, I guess, on how much you want to pursue things, I guess. So there's the mirror. It's still a nice piece, nice and heavy and sturdy. It just has the one factory flaw here. The other one I had didn't work, so that's why I say you definitely want to test these as they come in. And so here's the last one I received. This one's really cool too. This is Dr. Finkelstein, and they got like a bluish green color here. Probably more a blue color. Interesting blue. Candles there. And then we got Dr. Finkelstein down there in his wheelchair. And this obviously looks like things from his laboratory. This is his laboratory. And their bone deer look pretty cool. Here they are. Oop. Kind of got this nice little clock detail or gauge sitting out here. It's kind of neat. Alright. Oh, that mare, I forgot to mention that mare Candelabra also takes the coin type batteries. which is annoying. I hate, yeah, the coin ones. I just looked. Coin ones, so they don't take the double A's or the triple A's. X takes the coin type, unfortunately, because those are a little harder to get. So there's Dr. Finkelstein. He takes your standard triple A's, and his switch is on the back. Ooh, that one lights up real good. A lot of them seem to have like these little dangly features. Some of them don't, like the mare didn't. So we'll go ahead and line them all up so you can see them all. We're at the end. Let's go ahead and turn him off. I'll just throw the Oogie in there somewhere. So here they all are. So this is a really nice collection. I do think they are really cute. Like I said, just inspect them as they come in, make sure that they work. They could have factory flaws like the mare back there, broken pieces, things like that. So I would definitely check these out as they come in. And anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this video. I thank you for watching, and please subscribe.